Hey there, this is Christy from Bird Mentor, and this is Nature Note for today. Let's see, the video looks a little funky, but hopefully it's gonna work. Anyway, hi. So I wanted to talk about smells today and savoring the scent. When was the last time that you remember actually savoring a scent? Can you think about what that scent might have been? Yeah, scents are amazing, you know? They're also tied really deeply and intimately to our memory. And yeah, I can just think of like already so many like from my childhood, you know, in some sense have good memories, some are not such good memories. Some are really strong, you know, like think about, I don't know, like walking by a restaurant and smelling French fries being cooked or pizza, you know, or right now there's like the lilacs are in bloom and oh my gosh, just like walking by a lilac bush, it's insane, it's so amazing, you know, or like a jasmine. Have you ever walked by jasmine before? It's just like you just have to stop because the scent is so strong, it's so beautiful, you know, and taking time to do that is such an important thing, and it's really it's something that we can spend a lot of time doing. You know, you can really like dive into that as a practice, or you can just, you know, if you don't have much time, just do a really simple practice that I'll share in just a minute. But I'm just reminded of hey Kathleen, good to see you. Yeah, I'm just reminded of this happened long ago, like when I remember going to my grandparents, and you know, people used to sit on their front porches and they would watch their neighbors walk by and just talk to them and relax, and it really doesn't happen very much anymore. Part of that is because our culture, I actually was taking a, what do you call it, an architecture class in college once, and the professor brought up the point that I forget when it was, in like the 40s or 50s or something, that houses used to be designed with front porches because people used to interact with their neighbors a lot more and they would sit on their front porches. And then sometime around that time period, it started to shift and all the front porches moved to the back. And so very few people have front porches anymore, or if you do, it might have some decorative furniture on it, but how often do you actually sit on your front porch or even see people sitting on their front porch? Now there's certain communities where that does happen more often, but very infrequently. And hey Joan. And yeah, and so I just think about that like most of our lives have become really private and moved, you know, back away from, you know, out in front of our neighbors and our friends and whatnot. And so I think also that sort of was tied to just more busyness, you know, that we move about very quickly and rapidly. Oh, you do? Good job, Joan. Joan says she sits on her front porch. I love knowing that. Yeah, and so I think like most of our life moves very fast. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this was this Nature Note thing is to help people find ways to slow down a little bit more, you know, and to appreciate the beauties and the wonders of nature. And scent is one of those that I was thinking about, you know, obviously, well, not obviously, but I have a lilac bush out here, and I was cutting some of them to bring them inside the other day, and like it is just, it's incredible. It takes up the whole room, the scent does. And I took that moment to savor it, you know, to really savor the scent of that lilac. And they're only here for a short period of time, you know. It's such a special thing. And so yeah, so I think about that right now. And so, you know, if you've got the time, like Joan does, to sit on her front porch and just really appreciate either the people or the sight and the sounds and the smells that are around there, then do that. But if you don't have that much time, I know that we're busy in our lives, and I know that even people, especially people who are busy, need to slow down a little bit more. That taking just a moment to do 3 really deep breaths, just take a nice deep breath and try to identify the scents that are in the air, and just see if you can notice if the scent is different from the day before, you know. Can you smell moisture in the air? Can you smell the rain before it comes? And really just 3 breaths, if that's all you have, you know, as you step out your door in the morning, before you go somewhere, or even before you have your cup of coffee, whatever it is, before you do whatever it is you're going to do in your day, just walk outside and take 3 deep breaths. And I would suggest, especially right now when it gets really warm, doing it at different times of the day, because different times of the day carry different scents. And it changes all throughout the season. I'm sure you already know that, but yeah, so just the simple practice that you can do is just to head outside, take 3 deep breaths, and not only will it connect to you, I think, well, I shouldn't say only, but one thing it will do is really help you to connect deeply to that place and that time right there, you know? Like I said, scents are deeply connected to our memory, and so by taking time to smell, you know, just one moment of smell, you're relating and building that relationship with your place in that moment in time. Yeah, and so I think it also, just by taking time to smell, it can slow our heart rate down, you know, which is something that all of us could probably use a little bit more of these days, you know, finding ways to just slow down a little bit. And so I hope you found that helpful. I know for me it's a good reminder, just even doing these videos right now is a good reminder for me to do these practices, and yeah, all the different smells that I'm smelling right now. And there was, like yesterday morning I was out and there was a little bit of moisture in the air, and I could just smell that that little bit of rain, that mist before it came, and oh, that's just like one of the most magic smells, I think. Anyway, if you found this video helpful, please go ahead and share it with friends if you think that they might find it beneficial. And go ahead and hit like if you want to. Whatever you do, you know how to do it. Anyway, it was so nice to have you all here. It's nice to see you, hear you, Kathleen and Joan, and whoever else is watching and will watch, you know, the recording. So thanks everybody. Have a great day. All right, see ya.